Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that many people overlook, the 1986 Washington quarter. At first glance, it might seem like just another piece of spare change. But if you take a closer look, especially if it bears the P Mint mark and shows signs of age or dirt, you might just be holding on to something more special than you realize. Although the 1986 Washington quarter was released as part of the U.S. Mint standard circulation, it has slowly grown in popularity among coin collectors and numismatists. This quarter is a fantastic example of how everyday coins can develop into prized collectibles, especially when tied to specific historical events and minting variations. To understand why this coin matters, we need to look at the bigger picture of 1986. This was the year the United States celebrated the centennial of the Statue of Liberty, a powerful symbol of freedom and opportunity. Across the nation, commemorative events and releases were common, including in coinage. Though the 1986 Washington quarter wasn't a special commemorative issue, its release coincided with a moment of patriotic reflection and cultural pride, which adds a layer of historical interest. Moreover, 1986 was a significant year in American history for other reasons. Ronald Reagan was in his second term as president, the Challenger space shuttle disaster shocked the nation, and global tensions from the Cold War were beginning to thaw. All of this gives the 1986 quarter a rich historical context. It's more than just a piece of metal, it's a time capsule. The 1986 quarter retains the timeless design first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Around the bust, you'll see the word Liberty above, "In God We Trust" to the left, and the year 1986 below Washington's chin on the right. Flip the coin over, and you'll find the classic heraldic eagle design. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness, with olive branches below it representing peace. Above the eagle's head is the phrase E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one. Surrounding the eagle are the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar. The presence of the P Mint mark tells us this coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. This detail, although small, is a vital clue in identifying the coin's origin and is especially important to collectors tracking specific mintages. You might be wondering, what if my 1986 quarter isn't shiny and new? In fact, many of these coins in circulation today show signs of what collectors refer to as a dirty or circulated condition. These coins may have visible grime, discoloration, surface scratches, or dull finishes due to decades of use. But don't be too quick to dismiss them. Even a dirty 1986 Washington quarter can hold value, especially if it has no major damage, like deep scratches or corrosion, and if its finer details are still intact. Dirt and discoloration can sometimes be cleaned or at least professionally assessed to determine whether they affect the coin's numismatic value. More importantly, some collectors actually prefer uncleaned coins, as cleaning improperly can reduce a coin's value dramatically. The U.S. Mint produced millions of 1986 quarters, with the Philadelphia Mint striking over 550 million of them. At first glance, that may not seem rare at all. However, most of these coins were used in everyday commerce and have since become worn out, lost, or damaged. This is where rarity begins to take shape, not through low original mintage, but through survival in high-grade condition. Coins that have survived for decades with minimal wear are becoming increasingly harder to find. As a result, well-preserved 1986 quarters with the P Mint mark are seeing an increase in market value, especially if they're in extremely fine or mint state, MS, condition. So how much could a 1986 Washington quarter with a P Mint mark be worth today? In circulated condition, it may only be worth its face value 25 cents, but in better than average shape, it can sell for a few dollars or more. In uncirculated or mint state condition, especially those graded MS-65 or higher, prices can range from $1,000 to $3,000, and potentially more depending on market trends and specific buyer interest. There have been examples of exceptionally high-grade coins fetching over $10,000 at auctions, and coins with unique errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet issues can demand hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and condition. If you own a 1986 Washington quarter and are curious about its value, consider having it graded by a professional service. Two of the most trusted names in the industry are Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC. These organizations will assess your coin's condition on a scale from 1 to 70 and certify its authenticity. A coin graded MS65 or above by one of these services can significantly boost its marketability and value. If you're in the market to buy or sell one of these quarters, stick with reputable sources. This includes online marketplaces such as eBay or heritage auctions, local coin shops and collectors' fairs, dedicated numismatic websites and forums. Always be cautious when dealing online. Ensure the seller has a strong reputation, clear return policies, and preferably offer certification. The 1986 Washington quarter with AP mint mark may not have seemed extraordinary when it first entered circulation, but over the years, this humble coin has gained historical and collectible significance. Whether you're holding on to one in pristine condition or just a dirty example from your coin jar, it could be a valuable piece, especially if properly cared for or professionally evaluated. So next time you're sorting through your change, don't overlook the older quarters. What appears to be a simple, well-worn coin might actually hold a story and possibly even some unexpected value. Keep an eye out, stay curious, and happy collecting.